Hi, hello. Why, oh, I might have smoked too many bowls before filming. But, so, we're in the thought cage. Welcome to the thought cage. This is where I grow some of my plants and have way too many thoughts all at once. It's hard to handle, but it's okay, I got it. I'm strong as fuck. Muscle. First of all, I am speaking from a place of privilege right now. The fact that I'm even able to talk about the things that I'm about to talk about, something that I believe 69 countries still cannot bear to handle without throwing a bitch in jail. That's like a lot. That's a very big fucking portion of the world where people of the LGBTQ2+ community don't have rights. The fact that I'm not gonna get executed for making this video is a very big privilege that I am super grateful for every single day. I'm gonna have a section in the bio where I have a bunch of helplines for members of the LGBT family who are in crisis or just need help, because that's often the case, unfortunately. This is a very sensitive topic. It's getting talked about a lot more. I remember when I first got into the topic of gender identity and the thoughts and opinions that I'm about to share with you today, or right now, a lot of the resources that were available at the time, like the videos, were often made by people who were, I feel personally, like a lot of the videos that were made by people who were in a very vulnerable place emotionally, who were still growing and developing and figuring things out. And that's not to say that I'm not still figuring things out. Everything I'm about to say is totally open for debate. If you want to have like a solid fucking conversation in the comments below, I might answer, I might not, but as long as it's not hate, as long as everything's like constructive, then I'm chill and you're chill and it's cool that you're here. Don't shit on people on the internet. That shit's gonna give you nightmares, cause karma. Yeah, little disclaimer, I'm gonna be talking about transphobia, I'm gonna be talking about detransitioning, I'm gonna be talking about what else am I gonna be talking about? I'll write a list right here. This video is already 6 minutes long and I've said nothing. This is what I meant when I said that the thought bubble was a little chaotic. It's a little unhinged. In this video, I'm answering the question I get asked the most often on the internet, which is, why do look like most likely girl, but sound like most likely gay man? What's up with that? I'm here to lower your heart rates. I'm here to give you all the answers because I know that, you know, you've been fucking losing sleep over whether or not I have a penis, which makes me feel kinda special. It gives me a little tingle in the heart. I'm gonna go fucking blaze it and explain why I sound like a fucking what it took to get to this point in my life, where I am content with myself and the way I present myself to people. But I really need that fucking bong hit. Hi, I'm Stinky Swamp Man, Stinky for short. I'm 20 years old and identify as non-binary. I got no gender. I've never had one. For a long time, I liked to pretend that I have one, but ultimately it didn't make me happy, and I'm very happy now, and if you could just mind your business about that, that would be fucking chill, dude. That would literally, like, you could give me $5 and I'd feel the same way. I'm lying. I would feel much better if you gave me $5. But anyhow, yeah, I don't have a gender. I figured it out when I was a depressed 13-year-old on Tumblr, which is why for a long time I thought that I was ultimately wrong about what I had come to view as myself as, because I was 13, depressed, and on Tumblr. The kid wasn't doing too good. And so I thought that because wait, no, oh my god, oh, I'm gonna jump back and forth in time. No, that's not how I'm gonna, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start with the whole story. Whole story is I was young and depressed and on Tumblr, and I was like, you know what, I don't have a gender, and I'm really fucking chill with that, and I love that, and that makes me happy. Came out to my parents over email. Didn't go too good. My dad was like, it's a phase. My mom was like, it's probably a phase. By the time they came around, I had grown up a little bit, become a little bit, I don't know if I would say more or less mentally stable. I would say less. I'm gonna say less, because I then, a couple months after that, came out to everyone as a trans man. I wanted to use he, him pronouns. I wanted to go on hormones. I wanted to get surgery. I wanted to live as a stealth man. And that's what I did for a couple of years, because unfortunately that is what I found was easiest for both myself and for the people around me, for my family. It's very new for a lot of people, and for my family, it's very new, and so that's why I was like, okay, it's gonna make it easier for everyone if I just am man, pretty much. So I was man for about 4 years. I was on hormones, on low dose testosterone for about 2 years, and that's why my voice is kind of the way it is. I also did voice training for myself. If I hadn't gone on testosterone, I probably would have gone through with voice training and ended up at the same place that I am now, because ultimately this is where I was meant to be anyhow. Then my best friend detransitioned. I was a trans medicalist, and I thought that there were only 2 genders, and that to be trans you had to have dysphoria and medically transition, and I had non-binary friends. I had friends who were fully confident in their identities, and I respected them, I respected their pronouns, but in the back of my head, I always thought, like, but because you're so confident and so comfortable with, like, yourself, if they would present either really femininely or really masculinely, I was like, how can you really be non-binary? How are you just not trans or cis? Like, it confused me. I didn't get it. Not as many people detransition as it seems on the internet. And a lot of people who have publicly detransitioned, you have to keep in mind that they were going through, like, emotions and growth and better, like, they were developing a better understanding of themselves, all while sharing and having that experience with the public. So something that might be going on now might not be the ultimate description or situation for everyone. It's just everything is temporary. And at the time, a lot of the content made by detransitioners that I watched had a very negative view on the fact that transgenderism, I don't even know if that's a word, if, like, transgenderism is a trend. I personally don't think it's a trend. I used to think it was a trend, but as I've matured, I've come to realize that it's more likely that it's just everyone's more open about it now, because we're in a more accepting space. We're growing as a community, as a society. We're evolving, and at first I didn't think that way. I thought that it was a trend, and I thought that I had accidentally, without my knowledge, participated in that trend. My best friend was detransitioning. My best friend, who had influenced me in so many ways, who had supported me, who had been my only trans friend for pretty much my whole life, she was detransitioning, and that made me think, what if I was just doing it to fit in with who I was associating with? I had a crisis. I was like, oh shit, I did all this to myself. I ruined my voice. I ruined my body. I fucking got rid of my titties. Was I just following a stupid trend? Am I gonna regret this? Am I regretting it right now? I was panicking. I was having, like, a really bad time. It took a while for me to come to terms with the fact that I am non-binary. I was not happy living as a girl. I'm not happy being perceived as a girl. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel comforting. When people refer to me with he, him pronouns, that's what makes me feel the most at home in my body. I'm totally cool with they, them pronouns too. She, her, if I get fucking like misgendered in public or whatever, like it doesn't matter, as long as the people who I surround myself with, the people who know me as who I truly am, I'm happy. And those are the people that I choose to surround myself with. I needed to see that I could trust myself and that the experiences that I had when I was a child weren't invalid because of the situations that I was in. People do detransition. People do experience trauma. People detransition for various reasons, but that's not my case. I've been through the whole spectrum of genders, and it took that for me to really figure out who I was. I can identify as a non-binary person who uses he, him pronouns. I don't really know what people think of me, and I like that. I really don't mind that, because what matters to me is what I think about myself. And what I think about myself is that I like both feminine and masculine things. I've lived both a feminine and a masculine life, and both made me sad, both made me happy. But at the end, the one that makes me feel the most at home at this very moment is the way that I choose to identify right now. I feel like, okay, I skipped over a lot of subjects because originally I had planned on making this a scripted kind of like 45-minute rambly video where I put like research and sources into it, but unfortunately, as I said before, I am too smooth-brained to do anything like that. Huge respect to anyone who does. Y'all put so much effort into your videos. It's amazing. Not me though. So if there's anything that you want me to expand on, please let me know. If there's anything that you want me to know, if there's any information that you think might be relevant, might be important, or anything that you want to share really that's related to this subject, please feel free to put it in the comments. I'll be happy to read through them. I'm really gonna try to answer as many as I can this time, because I know that I'm very shit at answering comments, but I read all of them and I really appreciate all of them. And thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I'm really happy I was able to get through it without hopefully shitting on anyone too much. Yeah, I hope you have a good evening.